Hey everybody, it's Mike with InflatableBoarder, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Gili Sports Meno 10-foot 6-inch inflatable paddleboard. The Meno 10-foot 6 is Gili Sports ultra-stable premium inflatable paddleboard made to be as versatile as possible. It's designed to be extremely stable, which is perfect for fighting big fish, paddling fast water, or just enjoying the water with your friends, family, or pets. The Meno 10-6 uses Gili's excellent construction with a little bit of extra reinforcement around the rails. Inside the board, there's a 6-inch knitted drop stitch core, and there's a dual layer fusion PVC shell for the top and bottom of the board. Those layers are joined together with an inner rail band that's glued onto the board, and then an outer rail band that's glued over top of that. Now, what makes the Meno different from Gili's other boards is the inclusion of a carbon fiber fabric rail reinforcement. This is a strip of carbon fiber fabric that is sandwiched between the outer rail layer and an additional layer of PVC to give it even more rigidity and durability. To finish off the Meno 10-6's construction, Gili adds a top and bottom rail reinforcement strip, which is a narrow band of PVC that covers the edges of that outer rail band. Altogether, including the deck pad and all of the built-in features, the Gili Meno 10-6 weighs in at just 23 pounds, and it has a maximum internal pressure of 18 psi. In our dry land bend test, we put 170 pounds on the board and measure how much it deflects with that weight. The Meno did very well, bending just 1.13 inches, putting it on the higher side of our bend test results, well above our current running average. While on the water, I couldn't feel any noticeable flex while standing or paddling on the Meno 10-6, even when I was sprinting for our speed test. While jumping on the board, there was some mild flex, but the Meno 10-6 settled back down with a smooth and controlled rebound once I stopped. The Meno 10-6 is a large all-around paddleboard that's designed for maximum stability. It's 10.5 feet long, 35 inches wide, 6 inches thick, and it has a maximum capacity of 450 pounds. It has a very broad shape with a wide nose and very wide tail, and that allows it to carry its width through much of the length of the board, making it very stable no matter where you're standing. There's no twitching or rolling sensation while you're paddling the Meno 10-6, and it can almost be easy to forget that you're even on the water because it's so stable. It can actually be a little bit difficult to rock the Meno 10-6 back and forth because it is so stable, but once you do, it has a very smooth and controlled feel. Because of its broad parallel shape, it's actually very easy to hold the Meno 10-6 on its edge, which is great if you plan to use the board on the river and want to be able to carve your turns a little bit easier. Though the Meno 10-6's tail isn't ultra wide like we've seen on some other wide SUPs, it is still plenty stable and gives you great, comfortable, and consistent stability as you move to the tail to adjust your stance or to make room for passengers or cargo. If you do plan to move around on the board a lot, whether that is with a passenger or maybe you're doing some yoga, bringing a pet, or you're wanting to try a little bit of whitewater paddling, the Meno 10-6 does a really good job of giving you that stability that you need no matter where you're standing. As a large board designed for stability over speed, I wasn't really that surprised when the Meno 10-6 came out of our speed testing with a fairly average score. In our sprint test, I was able to maintain an average of about 5.1 miles per hour and reached a peak speed of just 5.4 miles per hour. While paddling with this high cadence and high power output, I didn't notice any real flex or bending in the board, but I did feel a lot of flex and weight in the paddle. And while the Meno 10-6 didn't do super great for top speed, it did do well for our cruising speed test. When slowing things down to a nice comfortable 25 strokes per minute, the Meno 10-6 moved along very well at an average of about 3.3 miles per hour. And while paddling at this more comfortable cruising speed, I did find the Meno 10-6 traveled about 19 feet per stroke, which gives it a gliding ratio of about 1.8 board lengths per stroke. And that's actually really good for such a wide all-around board. Overall, while the Meno 10-6 wasn't necessarily the fastest paddleboard that I've ever paddled, it did feel very comfortable to use at moderate speeds, and when you do want to pick up the pace a little bit, you can. The Meno 10-6 is definitely designed to favor maneuverability more than tracking, but it actually does very well at both. In our maneuverability stress test, we use forward sweep strokes to turn the board a full 360 degrees from a standstill. It took the Meno 10.6 an average of just under 6 paddle strokes to make that full circle. And if you throw things in reverse, we were able to turn the Meno 10.6 much faster and needed just over 3 reverse sweep strokes to make that same 360-degree turn. It is incredibly easy to turn the Meno 10.6, which makes it a great option for paddling on smaller bodies of water or if you're wanting to get into river paddling. In our tracking stress test, we paddle toward a distant target and take 10 paddle strokes on a single side and measure the difference between our new and old course. Here the Meno 10.6 did very well considering its maneuverability performance, and it only deviated an average of about 13 degrees after 10 strokes. This is actually very good for an all-around paddleboard, especially for one of this size. Generally, shorter and wider boards don't do as well in the tracking test, and we'd expect to see a score somewhere in the 20-degree mark. So with all 3 fins installed, including the larger touring fin that comes with the Meno 10.6, you can still expect great tracking performance and excellent maneuverability. In addition to that large touring style fin that comes with the Meno 10.6, you also get an additional 5-inch and 3-inch center fin. Now these are great options if you're wanting more maneuverability or if you are paddling in shallower water. With versatility at the core of the design of the Meno 10.6, it has tons of built-in features to allow you to do just about any activity you can think of while you're on the water. The front and rear cargo areas are very spacious, with the front cargo area spanning 6 D-rings and the rear cargo area across 4 D-rings. There are 5 threaded accessory mounts, 3 on the nose, 2 behind the standing area, and an integrated paddle holder strap on the right side of the board. There are additional D-rings for a kayak seat and shoulder carrying strap around the middle of the board. And there are 2 sets of removable passenger handles in addition to the 3 carrying handles. The deck pad covers a large majority of the board. At the rear of the board, the deck pad switches over to a diamond groove pattern for additional traction and support. On the bottom of the board, there are 3 flip-lock style fin boxes for fast and secure fin installation and removal. Along with the board itself, the Meno 10.6 includes a double chamber hand pump, a coiled ankle leash, fins, a repair kit, a 3-piece paddle, and a wheeled carrying backpack. The Meno 10.6 comes with Gili's carbon fiber and nylon paddle. Now, the shaft and the handle section are both made from a 3K carbon fiber material, and the adjustment handle uses a compression collar for quick and easy adjustments. There is a length scale printed on the back of the handle section, but there's no indexing, so each time you adjust the length of the handle, you will want to make sure that the grip is properly aligned with the blade itself. The grip is also made from a molded carbon fiber and has a nice comfortable palm grip shape. The blade is quite large and it's made with a fiber reinforced nylon material. The large blade and the heavier nylon material do make this paddle feel a little bit unbalanced at times, and there is a fair amount of flex between both the blade and the shaft. Now, one thing that Gili does that's really nice is they allow you to actually upgrade your paddle at the time of purchase for a cheaper price than purchasing the paddle separately. At the time of this recording, it's about a $50 difference if you were to upgrade your paddle at the time you purchase the board versus a $200 upgrade later. And that upgrade option is the Gili full carbon fiber paddle. Now, this does use essentially the same carbon fiber shaft and handle. However, you do get a 1-piece handle segment, so instead of having a separate grip and handle segment, they are one continuous piece. And the biggest change is in the carbon fiber blade. So rather than having a fiber reinforced nylon blade, you now get a full carbon fiber blade that's significantly stiffer, it's a little bit smaller, and it's significantly lighter. So this paddle feels much better in hand, much better balanced, and provides a much better power output compared to the carbon fiber nylon hybrid. The Gili Meno 10.6 is an incredibly stable and incredibly versatile paddleboard. It's a great option for anybody who wants that extra stability if they're a beginner paddler, or if they do want to paddle with a friend, a pet, bring lots of cargo, explore some SUP fishing, or even dip their toes in the world of whitewater paddleboarding. Additionally, the inclusion of the 5-inch and 3-inch center fins and the option to upgrade your paddle at the time of purchase make this an extremely versatile package and a great option for anybody who wants that comfortable, stable feel on the water without giving up any performance. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've answered all of your questions about the Gili Meno 10'6". If you do still have questions or if I've missed something, please let us know in the comments below. In the video description, you can find the link to our full written review for the Meno 10'6", as well as Gili's other paddleboards and dozens of others at InflatableBoarder.com. If you are interested in purchasing the Meno, we would appreciate it if you'd use the link in our video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help support our YouTube channel and bring you more paddleboarding content. Thanks for watching, don't forget your PFD, and happy paddling!